Wow, wow, wow. Here we are as the sun gets ready to start setting in the city of Paris for stage 8 of the Longines Global Champions Tour. And we only have 4 riders going into tonight's jump-off that has been set by Gregory Bordeaux. Welcome back to GCTV. My name is Mark Lewis and we are now on the cusp of the second round of tonight's LGCT Grand Prix. Johann Sebastian Gullikson, Spencer Smith, Kent Farrington and Jean Sadran. Those are the 4 riders that are into tonight's jump-off that will be competing for today's big prize, for the trophy in Paris, for the prize money and for that golden ticket that will see them jump at the LGCT Super Grand Prix taking place at the Riyadh playoffs later on this year. I am very, very keen to talk to Gregory Bordeaux later on tonight to get his thoughts on what he has built tonight, to get some reaction. What was the biggest challenge? What did he do that was able to challenge these riders here tonight? What would he change when it comes to height, size or distance? And what was his prediction for the amount of jump-offs that he was expecting later on today? Those are the questions I want to ask Bordeaux a little bit later on. For now, though, before we get to Bordeaux, before we get to reaction, let's start looking back at some of these sensational performances of the riders that then made their way into tonight's jump-off. And as we said, it all starts with Johann Sebastian Gullikson, who many thought at some point was going to be the only rider to make it into the jump-off. Let's show you his round and let's show you how the young man jumped and what he had to say.
Your first ever LGCT Grand Prix clear, what's your feeling?
I'm just very, very delighted, very happy to be honest. So like he's been actually jumping well the whole season so far and just been really unlucky, and now I had my luck on my side, so I'm just so pleased.
Your dad's in the crowd, obviously watching, smiling from ear to ear, and it's a family trait going clear at this LGCT Grand Prix. He did in Paris 22.
Yeah, apparently it is, but anyway, yeah, I'm just very happy with my horse, like the way he jumped and everything, and feeling so fit, and I'm just looking forward to the jump-off.
Slightly awkward, the horse over the Liverpool just before the last line. How did he feel during the round?
He felt really, really good. He was so consistent all the way and straight, and he just jumped amazing, to be honest, and I'm just so happy with him.
So if there is now a jump-off, how do you see your chances?
I will give it a go, at least. I will try my best.
Your dad will be grinning even more if you're successful. Well done today.
Thank you so much.
I love the fact that Johann Sebastian Gullikson does not know whether or not his dad did indeed jump clear here some years ago. To me, that shows you that he is in his own space, he is in his own mind, he is braving his own path forward. However, is he going to go on to win tonight? Equine America Hardwick is going to have a challenge on its hand, that's for sure. Keeneland, Myler and Dexter will be trying to stop him a little bit later on tonight. It's not just about Johann Sebastian Gullikson that's in the jump-off, and as we said at that point of the interview, he was for such a long time the only rider in. But then more started to trickle through the longer round one went on. Spencer Smith was the next man to make it through. We'll hear from him a little bit later on, of course. But let's talk about Jean Sadran. Let's talk about this young French rider who is looking to become the first French winner in Paris since Julien Epaillard back in 2017. Let's show you that round. Jean Sadran and Dexter. This is the second half of her performance at this stage here, still keeping it clear as she enters into the Longines fence. Coming into the final few lines here, Jean Sadran under a little bit of pressure for a time penalty, and we saw the heartbreaking time penalty for Scott Brash earlier on. She keeps it clear, gets over the Liverpool, approaches the final fence at 1.65 meters wide as Jean Sadran clears it to get into the jump-off, and she will in fact be the last to go of those 4 riders later on tonight. So Jean Sadran looking to try and be the rose amongst those thorns and upset everyone else coming before her later on tonight. Spencer Smith, we spoke about the Americans, two of them, in fact, him and Ken Farrington getting into tonight's jump-off. Spencer Smith was the first of those two Americans on Keeneland to get into the jump-off. After that performance, we caught up with Spencer to get his thoughts and reaction into making it to round 2.
Spencer, for you and Keeneland, it was your first LGCT together. How do you feel getting the jump off?
We feel great. My horse is unbelievable. It's owned by my family and Dennis Cisco in partnership, and very lucky to have the opportunity to ride the horse. Given to me by Enda Carroll and McLean Ward, and just a great horse.
It seemed a bit difficult towards the back end of the round, but you held the horse together brilliantly.
I found it very easy the whole way around. Okay, my riding, I have to always do better, but the horse is so good, it's playing on a different level, you know.
Inexperienced, the horse at this level. Expectations for the jump-off?
We're going to try to win.
Good luck.
Spencer Smith very much in go mode, very much locking himself in. We got some reaction from the warm-up area a little bit earlier on, talking about how he seemed to really be in that zone, focusing on that jump off to come later on. So Spencer Smith and Keeneland, this new young partnership, immediately producing positive results here on the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris. But it's not just about Gullikson, Smith or Jean Sadron. As we said, Ken Farrington, who, as many would probably argue, is arguably the biggest name on that list. The most dangerous man on that list is Ken Farrington. Let's show you his round as he was able to come through today and qualify for that second round. Ken's coming through to Paris today and trying to make sure that everyone views him as the threat. Here on Myler, able to go on and get into that final line. No trouble at all for the American. Approaches the Liverpool, gets over, and then that final fence makes it over smoothly, calmly as well. A few moments to go, we see the course officially being designed by Gregory Bordeaux and his team. They are putting in their final touches, and the riders will be out the gate in a couple moments' time. We Will Rock You, currently being performed by the audience here tonight as well. They are excited for this. A man who arguably would feel as if he deserves to be in that jump-off is Scott Brash. Had no jumping faults. Picked up a single time penalty.
Going to be obvious, one time fault. Try and sum it up.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm delighted with the horse. He jumped amazing, and he is a slow horse, but you know, I've been working at getting him quicker. He sort of leans on you after the jump, so it takes a bit of time to set him back to go again. But I think my mistake was to the triple. I was trying to jump onto the outside line 7, but we landed a little bit inside line, and the 7 was really slow to the triple, and then I was deep on the triple. So he was very good to jump that, but it took time. Probably lost half a second to a second there. So I think that was my mistake, but delighted with him, delighted the way he's jumped. Yeah, disappointed with the result, or frustrated with the result, but yeah, delighted with the horse.
Difficult old Grand Prix out there at the moment. Obviously, just Johann Sebastian going clear at the moment. How difficult is it out there? You know, how tough are the conditions for over the course?
Yeah, I mean, Bodo's a fantastic course builder. I think that's why he's the Olympic course builder this year, and he certainly is testing for the horses. He's built very well. It is jumpable. The time is fair, to be fair, you know. But yeah, it's testing. I don't think he's going to get many clears, but we know when we jump Bodo's tracks, he never gets too many clears.
Great analysis, and thank you. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
We have dimmed the lights in the studio. The riders are out. Let's go into the ring, and the jump off for the LGCT Grand Prix of Paris is next.
Put the pressure and give it everything he's got. If a rail falls, at least he risked it. But if he goes for a steady double clear and the rest are just faster, well, then he's got a lot to blame himself. Johann Sebastian Gullikson, at the age of 28. From Lierskogen in Germany, in Norway. That's Dan Gullik. Here we go. That's not bad, that's a 7. Oh, and it's gone. Goes in between, rolls back to the Longines Paris Eiffel jumping oxer. Nine into the combination. Every time it kind of jumps out of the line. To the red vertical jump out of the line, and to the French oxer jumped out of the line. Speed 28.4 and home on 4. 42.67 seconds. Johann Sebastian Gullikson, Equine America Harwich VDL. Is he going to win the Grand Prix? Likely not. Is he going to be on the podium? We have to wait and see. Father Guerre never made it to the podium of a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. He has to now wait and sit it out. No longer in his hands. That's how he goes sometimes. That's how he throws himself sometimes. Harwich. It's his style of jumping. Smith next. With Keeneland. Keeneland, a bigger racetrack than Auteuil. Similar to the one of Longchamp. Can Spencer Smith bring out his inner jockey in the Bois de Boulogne? Clear means a podium. And for Smith, that would be his 5th podium finish in his career. Extra stride. Nine, and then jumps into the line as well. There it's gone, and on the split time he is behind on Johann Sebastian Gullikson. If Smith doesn't make the time, Gullikson is guaranteed of his first ever podium on the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix, and that is the case. Gullikson on the podium. Smith still has to wait and see. It's 4 penalties for Smith, it's 4 penalties for Gullikson, but the extra strides cost Smith the time, and it is just under 2 seconds the difference at the finish line. And though Spencer Smith jumped into those lines, the added strides did not make up enough ground, or not enough time. There was Jérôme Guéry assisting Jean Sadran. Gullikson cooling down Harwich, as now the fast man is in, the fast pair is in. The favourites for the win, Ken Farrington and Myla. Winners just a week ago in a 4-star Grand Prix, in flying form. And whenever this man was on the podium, it was always at the top step. Takes his time. Ken Farrington knows that he can win it elsewhere. That's gone. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Farrington now feels a little bit of pressure. That means that if Sadran just goes clear, she's going to win this Grand Prix. And Farrington is behind also on Johann Sebastian Gullikson. Where can this man find the pace? Down to the last, likely. Here's another split time coming. Now he's half a second up. Now would be back in front of Johann Sebastian Gullikson to take the lead here in Paris on 4 penalties. There's Ken Farrington, and it is just faster, but not much. Ken Farrington in front of Johann Sebastian Gullikson and Spencer Smith, all on 4 penalties. Could win it on 4. And so, If you are Jean Sadran, what do you do? The Grand Prix, or a Grand Prix on the Tour, has never been won on 4 penalties in a jump-off. Farrington leads on 4 penalties in 42.51. If you are Sadran, do you ride competitive or do you ride conservative and secure? Secure the double clear. This lady never stood on the podium of the Tour before, has never won a stage. With Dexter de Kerguelen, here comes Jean Sadran for a historical French win. The biggest win in her career. And she's not wasting any time. That's deep. Oish. Behind on the time of Farrington, if a rail would fall. If she stays clear, there's not a problem, not a cloud in the sky. The whole Sadran family is here. Oh, and she needs a big push now. Come on, Jean, for the first one ever. A historical French win. A historical win for Jean Sadran. Dexter de Kerguelen, the highest rated horse in this Grand Prix. Is it going to happen? She has won her first ever Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in her career. The French have come out on top. The tears, let them flow, let them flow. An emotional win for Jean Sadran in what was her 4th jump-off in her career, and now she's done it. She's won it. She's going to Riyadh. And Jean Sadran is now officially a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner and beats Ken Farrington, Johann Sebastian Gullikson and Spencer Smith. The slowest is eventually the winner. Team Écurie Chevelle, Team Shanghai Swans as well, Team Sadran, congratulations, what a win. My, oh my, oh my. The tears straight away there in the eyes of Jean Sadran. We saw them last year in Monaco when she jumped that very difficult Grand Prix clear. But was beaten by Julien Bayard. Congratulations, Jean Sadran. Congratulations, Dexter de Kerguelen. And Bosti, and Rosier, and Guéry, and everybody's there with her now. What a moment in her career, and to do it in her capital, on home soil, in France, in front of a home crowd, as last to go. There is nothing like it. Final standings of this Grand Prix. Jean Sadran is now officially a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner. Ken Farrington is second, and Johann Sebastian Gullikson also makes his first ever podium to come third with Equine America Harwig Fidiel. Smith misses out in 4th, and then Brash and Rovert with the time penalties from round 1. Philippard and Dean and Cotard with fast 4s as well. But Jean Sadran, what a moment in her career. The young French from Toulouse, just 23 years young. And with that becomes one of the youngest ever Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winners, as it has happened in the past to Bertram Allen, who is still the youngest Grand Prix winner on the Tour. Now Jean Sadran will also be part of a very special group. If I quickly look at it, youngest Grand Prix winners, Bertram Allen was 19 here in 2015. Lucy Davis was 20, and Michael Pender in Valkenswaard 2 years ago was 22. The last tips from Jérôme Guéry proved successful, and there, what a beautiful moment. An image that needs no words. Mom and dad of Écurie Chevelle, the family affair. his celebrations will be intense in Paris. Let me tell you that. Girl power. Inspirational for the French. Kevin Stout won the first ever Grand Prix here 10 editions ago. Stout, he won that on Silvana HDC. Julien Epaillard, unusual suspect in 2017. And now for the 10th anniversary of the Paris Grand Prix, Jeanne Sadran adds her name to that list. And does it not with unforgettable Danville, but with Dexter de Kerglen. Dan Strange, no doubt, will have an interesting chat with Jeanne Sadran. Her first ever Grand Prix win, their golden ticket to the Super Grand Prix in Riyadh, and that in front of a home crowd that loyal stays on their seats, in their seats, to celebrate this magical win for Jeanne Sadran.
Welcome back to GCTV. Welcome back to the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris, and a sensational victory for Jeanne Sadran, crowned champion here, the first French winner since Julien Epaillard back in 2017. And we're very excited to, of course, designer Gregory Bordeaux join us live in the studio now. Gregory, give me your reaction to what you've designed here tonight.
Whew. Great sport, no? I think, yeah, I think it was a great course, very exciting, challenging also for the rider. I think it was a very nice Grand Prix. Just to finish, you know, like you know, it was the last competition qualifier for Olympic Games for Paris, and I try to propose all FEI requirements on the course. I think for me it was a very nice course. We have only 4 clear. Okay, the time load was just perfect.
Were you nervous when we had 1 clear, I think, after 20 riders?
Yeah. Honestly, between us, not regret concerning the time load, because, okay, 1 clear, and after 1 time fault, ooh, what's happened? But finally, 71 was perfect. After, you know, in this case, we had the best rider, the last of the competition, the last of the start list. Okay, my feeling was, okay, maybe, allez, 2 more. A podium, minimum a podium.
What was your prediction when you built the course? What were you thinking was going to be a jump-off number? How many do you think would be a jump-off?
Now I stop the statistic, you know, the forecast for the number of horses in jump-off. Now, I prefer to propose a course with a lot of problem for the rider, never for the horses. Also to put different sequences, okay, on the course, with difficulties for some riders or some horses also. I think all the falls everywhere.
It was a very good spread because you had 4 into the jump-off, you had some time penalties, you had a lot of riders on 4.
A lot of 4 falls, yeah, exactly.
So it seems like a very good spread.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would change? Height, size, distance? It's easy now. Would you change anything if you could do it again?
No. I keep it exactly the same.
Exactly the same?
Exactly the same, yeah. Especially concerning the time allowed. Sure.
Okay.
100%.
Gregory, I think it was a very challenging...
After just one answer concerning, it's always difficult here because at 6 or 7 o'clock, the sun down, it's
Yep.
sometimes this is a problem for the horse, for the view, especially for the view.
Okay, I feel like you made a very, very fair course. A very, very challenging course, and we thank you as always for coming to talk to us. I know you have to go. We appreciate your time. Thank you, Gregory Bordeaux, our course designer, giving us some thoughts, giving us some reaction, and very, very happy with what he has designed today. Let's show you the celebrations of Jean Sadran. Let's show you what this meant to her to become victorious in the LGCT Grand Prix of Paris. The emotions exploding out of the young French rider. This is Jean Sadran now just moments after being crowned champion in Paris to put on a wonderful performance. And take a look at this. She knew that all she had to do was be clear. All she had to do was go clear because of the 4 penalties to Johann Sebastian Gullikson, to the 4 penalties of Spencer Smith, to the 4 penalties of Kent Farrington. She could take her time. She could be conservative. All she had to do was keep the fences up. And Jean Sadran and Dexter, look what it means to her. The biggest result of her career, the biggest performance of her career. And Jean Sadran does it on home soil, does it in Paris, and goes on to stun the world and become victorious here in Paris. 45.71, that didn't matter. Because what did matter was that 0, was that double clear next to Jean Sadran's name. That is all that really mattered. We will have the podium celebration coming up in a few moments' time. We've invited Gullikson into the studio as well. A very proud father, but I do want to challenge him technically, and I'm giving him some advice already. I want to ask him about the technicalities of this ring, of this course. We've heard from the course designer, Gregory Bordeaux. I would love to know what Gear thinks about the course and how he thought it challenged the ride. Here are the results to remind you how things ended here in Paris tonight. It is not just about Jean Sadran finishing in first place. Of course, there is a podium to fight for as well. Kent Farrington in second place and Johann Sebastian Gullikson finishing in third place. And with that, a very, very proud father will join us in the studio to have some conversations with us, to have a chat with us as to how this went for not just his son, but for the overall performance as well. Jean Sadran winning here in France, winning in Paris, the only rider to jump double clear. Right, now we talk to Gullikson, who joined us in the studio. You've already tried on our cap. You like it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Pretty good.
I like Paris.
I'll make sure that Johan gets one.
Yeah.
Gear, thank you for joining us. You must be a very proud man today. Before we get technical, talk to me about a father here today watching his son.
No, but today Johan rode very well. He was very unlucky last week. It was very close between him and the sister to go to the Olympics, and the sister was chosen because he had 2 down in last Grand Prix, and now he jumps clear here, you know, like, so he feel, but in a way he's good also. Now he gets like a plaster on the sore, but he did a fantastic job. And I must say also the course designer today, the time was short, but nice short. It was not crazy short. I was also in Saint-Tropez. It was much more difficult time. This, I think, was very correct time. Course was very good. And the faults was done all over the course. Many faults on 1, 2. I think triple bar was the only one it wasn't fault on, you know. But
round 1 looked exceptionally difficult, though. Round 1 looked very challenging. What for you gave the biggest challenges in round 1?
I think, you know, it was very delicate, you know, like, especially when you come out of this, after the hard work to jump through the triple combination. Most people did 7, and you have to push a little bit, and you land in the corner, then you had this big plank. And you saw there a lot of horses that lost the balance there, you know, to get going again, you know, to the plank. That was difficult. And also, I would say the last line there, you know, the middle part, you know, the second last fence was also difficult. But you see the faults were spread all over, and that's a sign of a good course designer.
You mentioned the time already. You said that it was short, but maybe fair. Could there have been an extra second or 2 added onto the clock?
No, I don't think so. Not at this level here, because this is part of the difficulties to have a shortish time. But the time was not crazy short. If you ride it and you were accurate, you know, and you kept going, it was normal. You see people go down on 65, you know, 6 seconds under, so they were going fast. But if you rode in a normal speed, it was possible to get under Okay, Johan he has a slow horse and he was only 1500 under the time allowed. But you know, he's not a fast horse. So I think the course was good.
What do you think a result like this does for Johan going forward now?
Oh, you know, to be on the podium. And the last time I was here 2 years ago, I was 5th. So now he's the highest ranked family member in Paris. So
you're done now.
Yeah, so
you're
now
second.
I'm out the back door now. No, but it's fantastic for a young lad like that to go. And he has a very nice horse, which I think will give him a lot of good results in the next years coming, you know. So, he's improved a lot as a rider. He's fantastic, and I'm very, very proud on his way. He did a good job, and he all made it himself. So I think this is just fantastic.
Tell me a little bit more about Harwich. Those who don't know Harwich, what is it that makes Harwich so special?
He's top quality. He's so careful. He cannot not have back boots. You know, it's so only problem when he hits one, he gets more nervous. Other horses get sharper, he gets more nervous. So when we warm him up, we warm up with small fences and never try to make him make a mistake in the collecting ring. Just warm him up nicely. That's why I think he will have many good results in the future, because he's genuine, very quality horse who wants to leave the fences up.
And how did you deal with Kiss and Cry? It's a very difficult place to watch. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, but you know, like to do this in here, to watch is much worse than ride. I'm never nervous. I'm focused, but I'm not nervous. Normally, I'm always last on the team, and I can take the pressure. But to watch is like
the worst.
Terrible.
Geert, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Well done to Johan. He was fantastic today. We now go back inside the ring. We watch the podium celebration and watch the performances being handed out. Geert's out of here. He wants to go and check out the podium. He'll jump right across the camera, across the lawn. He's going to make his way into the ring. He wants to see how things are going to go. He wants to be involved. Let's go to the podium celebration. These are your top 3 finishers in Paris 2024.
Jean Sadran and Dexter de Kerglen. 3rd place for Equine America, Harwich VDL and Johann Sebastian Gullikson. And actually, I think it's not the Edith Piaf version that they're playing. But Harwich, we were talking about. Harwich, bred by the VDL stud, son of Arezzo VDL, Darko, and Galoubet A, owned by Stal Gulik.
And in 3rd place tonight here in Paris,
the little brother of Jourdain VDL, who now competes with Jurvieling. Johann Sebastian Gullikson takes his 1st ever podium on the Longines Global Champions Tour. 3rd podium in his career for Ken Farrington on Myla. The mare, originally named Happy Hour, bred by Norbert Scheel in Holstein, by Crunch Quadros and the great Con Air, owned by Haiti McNerney. But there comes Jean Sadran, bred by Alain Richard. Dexter de Kerglen, her mount, by Marlord Carthago, Tiamat de Semilly, and Quito de Bossy, owned by the Écurie Cheval. And if you know a bit of French, it's normally Cheval, but because it's an all-female team there, Jeanne and her sister Louise, they changed Écurie Cheval, or Écurie Cheval, into Écurie Cheval, as L means she in French. And so, the French national anthem for Jean Sadran. To arms, citizens, from your battalions. Let's march, let's march. The battle cry of the French La Marseillaise for Jeanne Sadran on top of the podium of a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. And it is Virginie Couprier-Fell to present the first trophy, and that'll go to Johann Sebastian Gullikson, who now officially has outperformed his father by making it onto the podium. The first clear.
And congratulated by Virginie Couprier.
Forget was here in Paris 2 years ago, but he never made it onto the podium. Now Johann Sebastian, at the age of 28, is what I believe also our first Norwegian podium finisher. Jan Topst, founder and president, presents the trophy to Ken Farrington. Kent, a two-time Grand Prix winner in Hamburg and in Madrid on Gazelle and on Voyeur. Now with the up-and-coming Myla, it is second place. And a special word, he takes more time than he normally does to congratulate Jeanne Sadran. He knows better than anybody what this means to such a young lady, 23 years young, Jeanne Sadran.
And Olivier Pacini, brand manager for Longines France, who presents Jeanne.
Olivier Pacini presents the brand as brand manager of Longines France, presents the watch to Jeanne Sadran, beautiful ladies' watch that'll shine around the wrist of Jeanne Sadran. The winner's trophy for Jeanne Sadran out of the hands of Audrey Boulevard in behalf of the city.
And the trophy presented by Audrey Boulevard, representing the city of Paris, which showcases
and Jeanne follows in the footsteps of Janne Frederica Meyer, only the second female rider to qualify to win a Grand Prix and to qualify for the Super Grand Prix. And there come the French Olympians. On the left, Pierre Durand. On the right, it is Marcel Rosier, a living legend in France and outside of France, if you ask me.
And congratulations also by our
Aachen Grand Prix winner, multi-Olympic medal winner, already back in '68 in Mexico at the Campo Marte, if you remember. Well, not that you remember when he won it, but remember Campo Marte from our venue on the Longines Global Champions Tour. Well, in '68 with Quo Vadis, Marcel Rosier already won team bronze. And then a few years later in Montreal, team gold. And yeah, Pierre Durand, Japlou. Japlou, Japlou, Japlou. There's the champagne. Dexter, Dexter, Dexter. Jeanne, Jeanne, Jeanne. She wins the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris. And Ken Farrington, who's won so much already in his career, thinks to himself, well, enjoy it, Jeanne. I would have wanted it to win himself, I can imagine. But he really lets Jeanne take the limelight. Ah, the youngsters were faster than Kent. What a lovely afternoon here in Paris. The French have got their French winner. We have got our second female Grand Prix winner of the season. Jeanne Sadran, her first 5-star Grand Prix win. A golden ticket to the Super Grand Prix. And the good news is it's not over yet, because tomorrow there's one more day of jumping left here in the City of Light and the City of Love. Ladies and gentlemen, as those riders mount their horses, Johann Sebastian Gullikson on Equine America, Harvey VDL, Ken Farrington on Myla, and Jeanne Sadran on Dexter de Kerguelen. It is time for us to say goodbye. From everybody in front and behind the cameras, riders and the whole team here in Paris, I hope that you've enjoyed this 8th Grand Prix of the season. If you do not join us tomorrow, we'll all be sad, but we look forward to have you with us once again in just a week's time for the 9th Grand Prix of the season in the Olympic Stadium. We go from the French capital to the Swedish capital, from Paris to Stockholm. This is Jeanne Sadran. For the first time in her career, she has won a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix, and we were there to witness it. Take care, bye-bye, and thanks for watching.
La grande gagnante du Longines Global Champions Tour de Paris, Jeanne Sadran pour la France.
But it was also USA, Ken Farrington.
Et Johann Sebastian Gullikson pour la Norvège. Et maintenant, je veux un maximum de bruit. Jeanne Sadran! pour Jeanne Sadran. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Allez, encore. Allez, c'est parti.
Did we not say earlier on today that the Paris Grand Prix always produces something special? We spoke about the Christian Elman hero return to win in 2023. We spoke about the Bertram Allen becoming the youngest ever LGCT Grand Prix winner here in Paris. We spoke about Julien Epayard being the last French winner here in Paris dating back to 2017. And now, all of a sudden, a 23-year-old sensation in Jean Sadran comes through to win in Paris, to beat out Spencer Smith, to beat out Ken Farrington, and to beat out Johann Sebastian Gullikson, to be the #1 ranked rider in Paris, top of the podium, champagne shower, winner's medal, and a ticket to the LGCT Super Grand Prix in Riyadh at the playoffs later on this season. We have to try and catch our breath. My voice was gone before the day even started. You can only imagine what it is like now. I do want us to try and catch up with Frederik de Backer. I do want us to hear from second and third of Ken Farrington and Johann Sebastian Gullikson. Maybe, just maybe, we can squeeze in a quick conversation with Frederik de Backer before we get Jean Sadran into the studio. Frederik de Backer, we spoke about Paris providing something sensational, and this arguably was the most sensational headline perhaps that we could have written today, to have this young superstar win on home soil. I'm going to ask her this question. I'll ask it to you as well. What on earth does this mean to Jean Sadran?
For Jean Sadran, this means a lot. Obviously, that's kicking in an open door. But she's been so close. She's been so close many times. This was her 4th jump off, and now finally it plays out well. If she wins it in Shanghai, it would have been fantastic. If she would win it, call it in Madrid, it would have been great. But to win it then there, in front of her entire family, her sister competes in the other classes. Her entire family is there. Her boyfriend, her partner, Antoine Herman, is there. In front of a home crowd. How many people are there in the grandstands with you, Mark? About 5, 6, 7,000. It's just magical. It's a perfect day. It's the golden hour outside as the light is shifting. This is just a golden moment in the career for Jean Sadran.
And Frederik, as we wait for her to come into the ring, let's just talk about how that jump-off was won. A fence going down for rider 1, a fence going down for rider 2, a fence going down for rider 3. You talked about how is Jean Sadran going to jump this. I wonder what was the mentality for her in that in-gate. You called it correctly. She went conservative. What were you thinking was going to be her approach?
It's difficult because I can imagine that the Monaco situation, the Monaco scenario was still in the back of her head, where she was also very late to go and then had the 4 penalties and ended 5th. And then nobody spoke about Jean Sadran and that performance. We appreciated it, but the bigger crowds were all looking, of course, at that big Grand Prix win of Julien Epayard. Now to do it like this, it was cool. It was the perfect. The perfect, what's the right word when you rent somebody to kill somebody? That's what happened. It was a perfect job. It was a perfect killing. She killed the situation. She killed the momentum into her favor. It was perfect.
Well, Frederik, talk about Perfect. Perfect has just walked into the studio. And here I let you go. Let's talk to Perfect. Jean Sadran, that is for you. I was just asking Frederik de Backer now. I want you to try your hardest to tell me what this means to you here today.
I'm so happy. It's just incredible. I remember when I started the global, it was really hard. I was so young, and now I learned so much, and I can win in Paris, in my country.
Does that make it even more special?
My horse has been really nice. When I saw the jump off, I paid really attention about Kent because I know it's super fast. And then when I saw he was 1 down, I say, okay, today I think it's possible to be my day.
This is a great story because the other three before you all take a fence down. When you are waiting in the in-gate and you come in, you know that a double clear wins it for you. What was going through your mind before you came into the ring?
Yeah, I know the three rider before me has one down, but I would like to keep my rhythm because if I put one down, I didn't want to be the last of the jump off, and I put some rhythm, and my horse has been incredible.
What did you think of round one? It looked to be very challenging. At one stage, we had one clear in 20 riders, I think. What did you make of round one? What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was not easy round. The first combination was really hard for the horses, and then also the triple gives lot of thoughts. And me, I ride not so well the line of the triple because I put one more stride because my horse quick off a little bit with high legs. I've been a little bit lucky in the first one, but when you win, it's okay.
Talk to me about Dexter. What makes Dexter so special?
It's a special one. It's a small one, but with a big heart. It's a little fighter. He has all the quality. He's careful, power, all the scope. I'm really lucky to have this one in my team.
What is fantastic is we had Jana last week or 2 weeks ago in Cannes winning, getting a golden ticket to the playoffs. Now you become the second woman to get a golden ticket to Riyadh later on this year. If jumping and winning a Grand Prix was special, what is it going to be like for you to jump in that Super Grand Prix with our 15 champions of the year?
Yeah, I'm very curious and excited to jump the Super Grand Prix because normally it's only for the best rider, and for me I think it's not the case. But today I win my tickets, and I will try to prepare with the best way for the Super Grand Prix in the final.
What do you think that preparation looks like? Do you think is Dexter the one that will go? I know it's only happened a moment ago, but if you were to think about Riyadh, what do you think Riyadh for Jean Sadran looks like?
I think actually for sure I will prepare Dexter because he can do everything, and that will be a Grand Prix for him. Normally he will jump in Monaco and then a little break, and then I will start again on the September for him, and then I will prepare for the indoor season and also now for Riyadh.
Talk to me about the kiss and cry. All the people that are close to you, friends, family, loved ones. What has been the messaging? What have they been saying now that you have just gone on to win? Talk to me about that kiss and cry and the people very close to you.
Yeah, I'm super close to my family, and my sister ride also here in the One Star, and all my family come with me in all the show. And today I can share with all my family, my friend, and in Paris I have a lot of friends. That's something special.
And do you know when was the last French winner in Paris? Have you been reading about that? Do you know the answer?
I think Julien.
Julien back in...
He was my trainer before.
Well, there you go, your former trainer, 2017. So that's a good 5 years ago that we've had a French winner. I wonder, what does it do for Paris to have a French winner win the LGCT Grand Prix here?
The crown, it's something special. All the people are very pushing for you. And today we just won just in front of my crown in Paris, in the city where I study. It's incredible.
You were fantastic today. Congratulations. We are very happy for you. We are very excited to see you in Riyadh later on this year as well. Congratulations, Jean. That was outstanding. Jean Sadran, your champion in Paris for the LGCT Grand Prix. For now, let's catch up. Johann Sebastian Gullikson finishing in third place today. Let's get some thoughts from him.
Johann Sebastian, the emotion in your face is clear. Just sum up your feelings with your first ever podium on the LGCT, in an LGCT. Johann Sebastian, the emotion in your face is clear. Just sum up your feelings with your first ever podium on the LGCT, in an LGCT Grand Prix.
No, I'm just so happy. This is for me like just a dream, to be honest, because I've been watching this for TVs for many years, and this year I'm so lucky to be part of the Scandinavian Vikings and get the opportunity to do these classes and really step up on my level, and and I'm just so happy.
We spoke earlier and in the class about what your father had achieved here in Paris in 2022. You've definitely outdone him here. What did he say to you after your exploits?
No, he was very, very happy. So we stick to the plan, and it's just over the moon, to be honest.
A huge performance from you. Just sum up for us your journey today. What of a roller coaster has it been?
It's been an incredible roller coaster. Like 2 weeks ago, I didn't have my best show there in Cannes, and then to step up on this level and to perform today, I'm just so happy.
Johann Sebastian, what a performance. Congratulations. Go and celebrate.
Thank you so much.
So, as Jean Sadran was just given a wonderful glass of champagne to celebrate her LGCT Grand Prix victory here in Paris, we've also asked her to sign our limited edition Longines Global Champions Tour cap. Earlier on today, we spoke about who is going to be our special guest, who is going to be our winner tonight, and you had the opportunity to click on the link to enter the competition and stand a chance to win this. So go and check out our social channels for finding out exactly who is going to take this home with that signature of tonight's champion, Jean Sadran. Ken Farrington and Mila finished in second place today. The American falling just one short of the winner's circle. Yet another LGCT victory for him, falling short only to that performance of Sadran. Let's hear from Farrington.
Ken, the last time you were on a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix podium was in 2017. Quite some wait. How does it feel to be back on the podium?
Yeah, it feels great. A win would have felt even better, but very happy with my horse. Just 9 years old, recently stepping up to some bigger classes, so I thought she was fantastic today and very happy with her placement.
A young horse and some serious young talent in that jump off as well. How impressed were you with the performances of Jean, of Johann Sebastian and Spencer as well?
Yeah, you see the next generation of riders coming through. A great French win at home, so that was really exciting for the crowd and happy for her as well.
How was it to ride in front of this crowd in this atmosphere?
I think France has a great crowd at all of the shows. They're very supportive of our sport and of all the riders, so I love showing here in France.
Ken, congratulations on second place and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The thoughts and reaction of Ken Farrington. Nice to have him back on an LGCT podium once again as the window remains open to the best riders in the world. Ken Farrington and Mila, I beg your pardon, finishing in second place. Johann Sebastian Gullikson in third. And the night belonging, as we said, to Jean Sadran and Dexter, the 23-year-old French superstar who was previously trained by Julien Epaillard, who was the last Frenchman to win here on Parisian soil. That essentially brings to an end the 8th stage of the Longines Global Champions Tour. This is what the overall rankings look like at the end of stage 8. We know there was no Eduardo Alvarez Asna. He was guaranteed to leave Paris as the still leading champion. Very little movement in those top positions, with Coco Kuna, Van der Vleuten and Scow all holding on to their positions. Gilles Thomas and Julien Akata, Nicolas Philipparts making up some ground. That is what the top 8 look like. Edwina Tops Alexander. We notice that Johann Sebastian Gullikson now jumps inside the top 15. Jean Sadran all of a sudden makes it into the top rankings in 16th place as well. So there has been some movement for the riders that find themselves in tonight's jump off on tonight's podium. That is after 8 stages, 8 legs of the 2024 Longines Global Champions Tour. For now, we say thank you, Paris. It has been a sensational week here in this gorgeous city. And as Freddie pointed out, we now move from the city that will host the Olympics to the Olympic Stadium in Stockholm, as we will, in a couple of days, see you in Sweden. For everyone here on GCTV, we say thank you and good night, and we'll see you in Stockholm.
From the cold suspense, adrenaline rushes, the challenge emerges. A symphony of emotion takes over the environment, where strength meets elegance. Time seems to freeze, and sometimes even rewind. With each jump, each second, I feel the excitement roar. The glory of victory, the reward of effort, the consecration of talent breaks all obstacles.
The Longines Global Champions Tour of Stockholm from the 28th to the 30th of June.